stayed quiet. Not because the battery died, not because digital upload decided to act upon claim the person you are trying to reach is unavailable. It was quiet because something had finally changed. And then I turned to her. It was quiet because something had finally changed. And then I turned to her and said, Mommy, we made it. Not I made it, we made it. We made it through the early mornings and late nights. We made it through the exams, the deadlines, the moments of doubt, and the days when giving up seemed easier than pushing forward. We made it through every obstacle that stood in the way of these moments. And today, standing here as valedictorian of the graduating class of ITSS Secondary School, those are the words I would say first to the woman who never stopped believing in me. Mommy, this achievement belongs to you as much as it belongs to me. Ladies and gentlemen, today is more than a graduation. It is a celebration of perseverance, growth, and purpose. It is the closing of one chapter and the beginning of another. As I stand before you, I do not stand as someone who has had a perfect journey. I stand as someone whose journey was different. You see, I was born with a heart condition called coarctation of the aorta. For many years, that diagnosis could have been viewed as a limitation. It could have been the thing that defined me. It could have been the reason I doubted myself. But instead, I chose to see myself differently. I see myself as a girl with a special heart. Not a weak heart or broken heart, a special heart. A heart that has taught me courage and resilience. A heart that has reminded me that strength is not measured by challenges you face, but by how you rise above them. There were moments when fear tried to speak louder than faith. Moments when uncertainty tried to overshadow hope. Yet, through every challenge, God gave me strength, my family gave me support, and my mother gave me a reason to keep going. My years at ITSS Secondary could best be described as hybridity, starting online and later fully integrated into face-to-face school life. We didn't have the classic first day orientation or that welcome to secondary school moment with teachers. Instead, we logged in as strangers, no faces, just names, muted microphones, frozen cameras, and the occasional miss also, my mic not working, or I can't hear you. And of course, when things got really serious, the internet reminded us that connection is a privilege, not a guarantee. Through all of that, I pushed through. When we eventually moved into physical classrooms, I adjusted quickly. I did not envy those climbing the endless steps or mountains where we finally met our class teacher, the one who stayed with us from the beginning of platform right to the end of high school. Her consistency became a strong source of motivation for us all. Beyond academics, I found myself involved in the environmental club, where new adventures awaited. I also joined the volleyball team, which became my favorite sport. It taught me teamwork, discipline, and determination, all while being pushed by the unforgettable words of Mr. Daly. Move on your foot! In fifth form, I stepped into student leadership. I decided to enter the school's political arena, not yet aiming for the role of father of St. Joseph, but instead head girl. And yes, I emerged victorious. Although not all our plans were fully executed, I still gave my best effort in everything I did. Throughout my time at the Isaiah Thomas, my goal remained consistent to make the honor roll every term in every form. And I achieved that through hard work, not preference. Fifth form was a battle I faced like no other. It was like Trump versus Iran or Sebastian versus Wallace. Wallace, champion, finally, not co-champion. From loving my AI to it becoming our worst enemy. With deadlines and FBAs, I became a walking dead person. I was constantly stressed and stressing others about school, and at the same time, I had to deal with several medical issues. But despite all these odds, I had to put the negativity aside to make my family proud, and most of all, myself. And today, I can say, I did it. To my family, especially my mother, she was always a phone call away. Before every test, my mother heard me ranting, and she said, "You will be fine." If it's one thing, she would always be there to remind me to pick up a book, or say to me, "It's between you and me for the test, I just hope you pass." My mother was there after every exam and every battle. She was my greatest cheerleader, my protector, my encourager, and my example of unconditional love. When I felt discouraged, she reminded me of my strength. When I felt uncertain, she reminded me of my purpose. When life became difficult, she stood beside me and never allowed me to face it alone. Teachers are the quiet architects of our success, guiding us, challenging us, and believing in us even when we doubted ourselves. Every lesson, correction, and reminder to stay focused meant more than they know. I am truly grateful, and I know we all are as well, for the teachers of this institution. There are a few teachers I would like to thank specifically, my three rich African aunties. Miss A. Ellis, the teacher who knew all our parents' numbers, was always telling, "I will call your mother," and 5 seconds later, she was already on the phone. The famous lines to the class or to me, "I finished for you," or "I'm not only from teacher again," or "Don't embarrass me," was heard at least twice a week, yet she never left us. Despite all the stress we may have caused, she remained by our side and never gave up on us. Truly, she was the best form teacher that we could have asked for. Despite the tough love, Miss Divo always knew how to set me straight. She constantly reminded me to get it together and never let me forget that I did not come here to play. Though she could be tough at times, everything she said helped shape me into who I am today. And for that, I am grateful. Miss Williams, valuable advice. And although I said aunties, I cannot forget my one rich African uncle, Sulu. The jokes we share are too many to mention, but no, his office was the sport. He never doubted my abilities and always pushed me beyond my limits because he saw something special in me. We may have our differences, but nothing's more important than family. And 5-1 was like a family. We began this journey together as a family in second form, and though the road was not always smooth, we made unforgettable memories. From winning ITSS's first cultural competition, to seeing ideas like KFC and cookies in school become a reality, we always found ways to make our mark. We celebrated countless occasions together, from Christmas lunches and birthday celebrations to Valentine's Day, Children's Day, and toy gift exchanges with Miss Roberts. We did it all. Through friendly arguments, a shared love for volleyball, and the dedication of our class secretary, Shelana, alongside our form teachers, every activity from 3rd to 5th form was a success. Despite our differences, we stand here today, united and successful, not because of favoritism, but because of hard work. There will always be 151, never two. School is where strangers become friends and friends become family. Jayla, Kavria, Karina, and Annalyn, our friendship will continue long after we have left ITSS. I am truly grateful for the bond I share with all of you, and I certainly cannot forget Amari, the person who always wanted to ask a question, but someone managed to use someone else's name instead. It was always Miss Tiana said, or Miss Kenan said. Thank you all for making school more than just a place of learning. You made it filled with laughter, unforgettable memories, and moments of pure fun. Class of 2026, as I reflect on our journey, I realize that each of us has carried our own story. Some face financial struggles, personal challenges, loss, disappointments, or battles unseen by others. Yet, here we are, together, graduates. That is something worth celebrating. Our graduation theme, rooted in values, rising with purpose in a dynamic digital world, perfectly captures who we are and who we are becoming. We live in a rapidly changing world where technology, artificial intelligence, and innovation are transforming how we learn, work, communicate, and dream. We are stepping into a future filled with possibilities that previous generations could scarcely imagine. Yet, while our world around us changes, our foundation must remain strong. That is what it means to be rooted in values. Values keep us grounded in uncertain times, guide our decisions when no one is watching, and remind us of who we are when the world tries to define us. In a digital age, where trends fade quickly and appearances often measure success, our values remain our compass. Because no amount of technology can replace character, and no algorithm can replace integrity or humanity. And while being rooted in values is essential, our theme also challenges us to rise with purpose. Purpose transforms the dreams into actions, knowledge into impact, and enables ordinary people to achieve extraordinary things. Each of us has been given unique talents, abilities, and opportunities. Purpose is not always discovered overnight. Sometimes it unfolds one step at a time. The important thing is to keep moving forward. As we enter this next chapter, I encourage us not only to chase success, but to pursue significance. With these opportunities comes responsibility. To use technology to build, not divide. To educate, not mislead. To inspire, not discourage. Let us be a generation that blends innovation with compassion, intelligence with humility, and ambition with integrity. As we leave Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, we carry more than certificates and accomplishments. We carry the responsibility to represent this institution with pride and excellence. There will be challenges ahead, moments when plans change, doors close, and setbacks and disappointments arise. But remember this, a setback is not a conclusion, a delay is not a denial, and a challenge is not a defeat. The determination that brought you here will carry you forward. When life becomes difficult, remember how far you come, the obstacles you've overcome, and the strength within you. And if a girl with a special heart can stand before you today as valedictorian, then there is no limit to what each of you can achieve. As we prepare to leave this chapter behind, I leave you with these words. Stay rooted in your values. Rise with purpose. Lead with integrity. Embrace change without losing yourself. Use your gifts boldly. And never underestimate the power of your story. The world does not need copies. It needs you. Congratulations.